All right, pack your digital wallets, folks.
Yeah.
Today, we're heading to Thailand.
Thailand.
Yeah, but not for the usual reasons.
Hmm.
We're going deep on crypto tourism.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so get this picture this right. You're in Phuket, you just crushed some delicious pad Thai.
Nice.
You're ready to pay, and you pull out your phone, not for Thai bot,
Okay.
but for Bitcoin.
Wow.
That's the future Thailand is trying to build, and we've got a whole stack of articles, news analyses all about it. So today we're going to figure out why Thailand's making this big crypto push, how it's actually working, and what it all means for travelers like you and me. Plus, we'll tackle that whole Trump effect thing, driving Bitcoin past $100,000.
Oh, yeah, that's huge right now.
Big time.
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first, why is Thailand going all in on crypto tourism?
Well, their tourism industry, it took a massive hit from the pandemic, right?
Right.
They're looking for a way to bounce back. And crypto tourism, this could be it.
Mm.
It's a bold move to attract a whole new kind of traveler. Those tech-savvy millennials
Yeah.
and Gen Z, the ones already using crypto.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly. They're comfortable with digital currencies. And Thailand wants to be their go-to destination.
So it's like they're trying to rebrand themselves as the crypto hub of Southeast Asia?
Got it. They want to be seen as the financial tech leader.
Okay, and from what I've been reading, they're not just talking about it. They're putting things into action, right?
Absolutely. They're focusing on places like Phuket, Chiang Mai, Bangkok, the hot
Yeah,
spots.
those are the big ones.
You could be using Bitcoin at markets, luxury resorts, even just little beachside cafes.
So it's not just like a gimmick for a few businesses. It's like they're trying to integrate it across the whole tourism ecosystem.
Yeah, they're aiming for widespread adoption. And to do that, they've got some serious partners on board.
Like who?
Well, you've got Gulf Binance, which is the Thai branch of that global crypto exchange Binance.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've heard of them.
They're the big players, providing the infrastructure, the technology for these smooth crypto transactions.
So they're like the backbone of this whole operation.
Pretty much. They're making it all happen behind the scenes, and it seems to be working.
Uh-huh.
Businesses are jumping on board.
I was going to say, are businesses actually buying into this?
Oh, yeah. From what I'm seeing, yeah.
Yeah?
You got little souvenir shops, high-end restaurants. They all see the potential.
Okay.
Accepting crypto, it gives them a competitive edge, opens them up to this whole new customer base.
It's like they're future-proofing themselves a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
They're getting ahead of the curve before it becomes even bigger.
Okay, so we talked about why Thailand is doing this now. Let's talk about what it means for us, the travelers.
Right.
What are the benefits of using crypto for travel?
Well, think about it. No more currency exchanges.
Yes, please.
No more crazy fees. You pay with crypto directly, often with lower transaction costs. It's all about convenience.
Okay, that's a big one, especially if you're hopping around different countries.
Exactly. And think about the global acceptance, your Bitcoin. It's welcome in more and more places every day.
Okay, I do like the idea of not having to carry around a ton of cash.
Right. It's all digital, all on your phone. Super secure, too, when done right.
We'll get into the security stuff a bit later. I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier, that whole Trump effect on Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting.
So one article I read said Bitcoin breaking $100,000, that was partly fueled by Trump.
Really?
Yeah, apparently his whole stance on crypto, saying stuff about a national Bitcoin reserve, it's created this wave of optimism among investors.
Interesting.
And that's spilling over into other areas, like tourism.
Okay, so you're thinking that could be driving Thailand's push even harder.
Possibly right. They see this momentum, this excitement around crypto, and they want to be a part of it.
Makes sense. I mean, it's all about timing, right?
Totally. Okay, so Thailand is riding this crypto wave, trying to be the go-to destination. But how are they actually making this whole thing work?
Good question, right? How do you make sure businesses and travelers can use crypto smoothly?
Right, because it's still a pretty new concept for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's where partnerships come in. Remember Gulf Binance?
Yeah, the Thai branch of Binance?
Right. They're crucial. They're the ones building that bridge between traditional finance and crypto.
So they're like the translators, making it all understandable for everyone.
Exactly. They provide the technology, the platforms for businesses to accept those crypto payments.
Okay, and are we talking just big companies here, or are smaller businesses getting involved too?
It seems like it's a mix. You've got those big resorts, the tech companies, but even smaller businesses are seeing the potential.
Oh, really? Like who?
Like, think about those street food vendors, the souvenir shops. They're starting to realize, hey, we can accept crypto too.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It is. It's like this whole new world opening up for them.
So it's not just limited to like luxury travel or tech-savvy travelers. It's becoming more accessible.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
becoming more mainstream, which is interesting to see.
Okay, so let's say I'm a traveler. I land in Phuket coin in my digital wallet.
Hmm.
How do I actually use it?
Ah, good question. I like, how does this actually work in practice?
Yeah, do I need to like convert it to BAT every time I buy something?
Not necessarily. There are platforms out there that'll do that for you instantly at the point of sale.
Really?
Yeah, so think of it like swiping your credit card. It's that simple.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's way easier than I thought it would be.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can even top up a prepaid travel card with your crypto, then use that anywhere.
That's pretty slick. So it seems like they're making it pretty user-friendly for travelers.
They're definitely trying to, and that's important because if it's too complicated, people aren't going to use it.
Exactly. Okay, but what about the businesses? Are they actually benefiting from this, or are they facing challenges?
Well, it's kind of a mixed bag. Some businesses are reporting a boost in sales.
Okay.
They're attracting new customers thanks to crypto payments.
Okay, so they're seeing the upside.
They are.
Yeah.
And they also like the lower transaction fees compared to credit cards.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, every penny counts, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But there are concerns too,
Mm.
especially with how much crypto can fluctuate in value.
That's what I was going to say. Isn't it risky for businesses to accept a currency that could suddenly drop?
Big time. One article I read talked about this restaurant owner who priced his dishes in Bitcoin.
Oh.
And then overnight, Bitcoin's value plummeted. His profit margins just tanked.
Oh, man, that's brutal. So it's not all sunshine and roses.
Not exactly. It's a gamble, for sure.
So both businesses and travelers, they need to be aware of the risks involved, right?
Definitely. It's not for the faint of heart.
Okay. But are there any ways to like mitigate those risks? Make crypto payments more stable?
Yeah, there are a few things happening. One is stable coins.
Okay, I've heard of those.
Some businesses are pegging their prices to those. So it's crypto, but designed to hold a stable value, often linked to the US dollar.
Ah, so it's like a safety net.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It means even if Bitcoin goes wild, their prices stay relatively steady.
That's a good solution for businesses. But what about travelers? How do they deal with the potential for their Bitcoin to lose value while they're on vacation?
Well, like I said before, there are platforms for instant conversion to local currency when you pay.
Right.
So travelers can lock in the current exchange rate if they're worried about volatility.
Okay, so there's some flexibility there. It seems like they're trying to make it work for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to find that balance.
But what about the bigger picture? How does Thailand's central bank feel about all of this? Are they on board, or are they freaking out about potential risks?
Ah, that's where things get even more interesting.
Yeah.
We got to unpack the whole regulatory landscape.
Okay, let's dive into that.
They're definitely watching this closely.
Yeah.
Bank of Thailand. Yeah, I saw this article, a spokesperson basically saying they get it, blockchain technology, it's got potential,
Uh-huh.
but they're also, they're being cautious. They're worried about money laundering, the impact on the Thai baht, all that.
Makes sense. I mean, they don't want this to blow up in their face and hurt their economy.
Exactly.
Right.
So they're trying to figure out the rules, how to regulate cryptocurrencies.
Okay, so what are they actually doing?
Well, one article mentioned licensing,
Okay.
like a system for crypto businesses operating in Thailand. And they're also looking at how to integrate crypto transactions into their financial monitoring systems.
So basically trying to make sure everything's above board and they can keep track of what's going on.
Yeah, transparency and control, that's what they're going for.
But what about the Trump effect we talked about? Could that mess things up for them?
That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
If the U.S. goes full-on crypto-friendly,
Yeah.
it could put pressure on other countries to do the same, Thailand included.
So they might feel like they have to keep up with the U.S. even if they're not totally comfortable with it.
Right. It's like this global crypto race, and nobody wants to be left behind.
It's like a whole new kind of Cold War, but with Bitcoin instead of nukes.
Yeah, kind of. But it's not just about the U.S. either. China's got their own digital currency in the works.
Right.
That could shake things up, too. So Thailand, they're kind of in the middle of all this, trying to figure out their own path.
It's like they're walking a tightrope, trying to balance innovation and financial stability.
Exactly. They don't want to stifle innovation, but they also don't want to take unnecessary risks.
It's a tough spot to be in. Okay, but let's zoom back in on the traveler's experience.
Okay.
What are the real benefits of using crypto to travel in Thailand?
All right, so imagine you're at a night market in Bangkok.
Ooh, yeah.
You're surrounded by amazing food stalls. unique souvenirs.
I love those night markets.
Instead of dealing with cash or worrying about those international credit card fees, you just scan a QR code with your crypto wallet and boom, you're done.
That sounds pretty seamless. But what if Bitcoin takes a nosedive while I'm there?
That's where those stable coins come in. Remember we talked about them?
Yeah, the ones pegged to the US dollar.
Exactly. So lots of businesses in Thailand are starting to accept those. Gives you a bit more peace of mind.
So I can still enjoy my pad thai without stressing about the crypto market going haywire.
It's all about choice and flexibility.
Hmm.
You can go with Bitcoin if you're feeling risky, or stick with stable coins for a safer bet.
I like options. It's cool that they're catering to different types of travelers.
Yeah, for sure. They're trying to make it work for everyone. But there's another big question, security.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. We hear so much about crypto scams and hacks. Is it really safe to travel with your digital assets?
That's a valid concern, but honestly, the tech behind crypto, like Bitcoin, it's super secure.
Really?
Yeah, the blockchain, that's what it runs on. It's decentralized, encrypted, like a digital fortress.
Okay, so the system itself is safe, but what about human error? People forgetting passwords, losing their devices, that kind of thing.
That's a good point. That's why it's so important to be careful. Do your research.
Right, be smart about it.
One article recommended hardware wallets. Those are physical devices that store your crypto offline.
Ah, so it's like an extra layer of protection.
Exactly. Keeps your crypto safe, even if your phone gets lost or stolen.
Okay, so it's about being responsible, just like with any other valuables you travel with.
Right, common sense goes a long way.
Yeah.
But even with all the convenience and security in place, I can't help but wonder about the impact on local communities.
Yeah, is this really benefiting everyone or just a select few?
That's the million-dollar question, right? We need to think about the social and economic implications of all this.
Okay, let's dig into that.
It's a lot to think about, right? Where do we even start?
I know, right? It's like this whole web of interconnected stuff, technology regulations, local communities. Where do you even begin to untangle it all?
Well, one article I found, it talked about the economic benefits for local businesses in Thailand,
Okay.
like how accepting crypto payments could open up new revenue streams, especially from those international tourists
Okay.
who might have been hesitant to use traditional methods before, because of high fees or security concerns.
So it's not just about attracting new tourists, it's also about giving existing businesses a boost.
Right, exactly. It's like leveling the playing field in a way.
But are there any downsides? Like, could this end up hurting some businesses or making inequality worse?
That's a really good point. And yes, some of the articles did mention those concerns.
Okay.
Like one report talked about the potential for crypto tourism to mainly benefit bigger businesses and wealthy investors,
Right.
leaving smaller local businesses behind.
Yeah, it's like the rich get richer kind of thing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's a risk with any new technology or industry.
The early adopters, they always seem to get the biggest slice of the pie.
It's true. But there are people trying to make sure the benefits are spread more evenly.
Really? Like how?
Well, there's this movement within the crypto community about financial inclusion, empowering local communities.
Okay.
One article mentioned a project in Chiang Mai that's helping small business owners learn about crypto payments.
That's awesome. So they're getting the support and education they need to adapt.
Exactly. It's all about making sure everyone has a chance to participate.
That's really cool to hear. Okay, but what about the environmental impact? We hear a lot about crypto's energy consumption.
Yeah, that's a valid concern, especially for a country like Thailand that's trying to be eco-friendly.
Exactly. They're known for their beautiful natural environment. They don't want to mess that up.
Right. And the article from the Bangkok Post I mentioned before it pointed out that Thailand has a lot of potential for renewable energy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially solar and hydroelectric power.
So they could potentially offset the energy use from crypto by switching to cleaner sources.
Exactly. It's like killing two birds with one stone.
I like it. Sustainable and profitable.
And on top of that, there's a lot of research going into making cryptocurrencies and mining more energy efficient.
Oh, wow. So the technology itself is evolving too.
It is. It's changing so fast, it's hard to keep up.
Okay, so we've talked about the benefits, the risks, the environmental stuff. What about the Trump effect?
Oh, yeah, we can't forget about that.
Right, because if the U.S. really embraces crypto, how will that impact Thailand's plans?
Well, it could make things easier for them.
How so?
It could create a more positive global environment for crypto. Make it easier for Thailand to attract investment and become a leader in this space.
Okay, so it could help them achieve their goals faster.
Potentially. But we also have to remember, crypto is unpredictable.
Yeah.
It can change in the blink of an eye.
So they can't just sit back and wait for the U.S. to make a move.
No, they have to be proactive to build their own strong crypto ecosystem.
Right. Have their own foundation in place.
Exactly. With clear regulations, solid infrastructure, and a focus on education.
So it's like they're building a house, they need a good blueprint, strong materials, and skilled workers.
That's a great analogy. They can't just throw something together and hope for the best.
It seems like they're trying to be smart about it, though. They're excited about the possibilities, but also aware of the potential pitfalls.
Yeah, I'd say they're approaching it with a healthy dose of caution.
Which is probably a good thing. It's better to be safe than sorry, right?
Absolutely. Especially when you're dealing with something as new and complex as crypto.
So for our listeners out there who are thinking about a trip to Thailand, should they be brushing up on their Bitcoin knowledge?
I mean, it's definitely becoming more popular.
Yeah.
We're going to see crypto payments becoming more common in tourist spots.
Yeah.
But it's still early days. You don't need to go all in on Bitcoin just yet.
Okay, so maybe dip your toes in the water, see how it feels.
Exactly. Try out a few small crypto transactions if you get the chance. It could be a fun way to experience the future of travel.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe in a few years we'll all be jet-setting around the world with nothing but our phones and our crypto wallets.
The world is changing fast. It's exciting to see what's next.
Well, that's our deep dive into crypto tourism in Thailand. A lot to unpack.
I know.
But one thing's for sure, it's a fascinating look at the future of travel and finance.
Definitely. It makes you think about how things could be different.
Absolutely. All right, folks, thanks for joining us on this wild ride. Keep your eyes open, stay curious, and maybe, just maybe, get yourself a digital wallet.
Who knows? You might just need it sooner than you think.
Until next time, happy travels, everyone.